Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Alyssa and I'm an online health and wellness coach dedicated to helping you ditch your diet mentality and improve your gut health. My background is in both exercise science and nutrition, as well as psychology. So I have a master's in exercise science, a background in nutrition, and a bachelor's in psychology. So with all of that morphed together, I am here to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. So with that said, today I'm going to be sharing 10 quick and easy meals that you can make within 15 minutes. And without having to scroll through my life story on a website just in order to get to the recipe, I wanted to share it in the most accessible and easy way with clear instructions and clear ingredients so that you can just pause the screen and do what you need to. So I went ahead and organized things into meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So this first recipe is the egg, bacon, and cheese biscuit that we all know from McDonald's, right? But we're making it at home. We're meal prepping this version. And the reason why I emphasize meal prep is because I really recommend, if you're going to meal prep at all, to meal prep breakfast. The reason being is because we are always running out the door super quick and we skip breakfast because we don't have the time. So if you prep these meals for breakfast, you're setting yourself up for success. So with that said, this recipe in particular includes buttermilk biscuits, bacon, of course, eggs, oat milk just to add a little bit of fluffiness to the eggs, salt and pepper, and cheese. Now the buttermilk biscuits and the bacon I make in the air fryer separately, of course. And in the skillet I make the egg. And then from there I, put the sandwich together, wrap it up, put it into the fridge, and warm it up 1 to 2 minutes the next day. This next screen is just an opportunity for you to pause and read the instructions when you're making this recipe. Moving on, these are overnight oats. Again, these take 5 minutes. So for this recipe, I made an apple pie version. There are so many versions out there, so many different flavors. But because this is a fall themed video, I wanted to focus more on apple pies. So all of these ingredients, the 4 ingredients at the top here, you're going to add into a mason jar at night. You're gonna add your oats, you're gonna add your milk of choice. For me, it's the oat beverage from Trader Joe's, specifically the one that's not in the cold case, the one that's on the shelf, because that one has the least amount of ingredients added to it. It's just straight up oat milk. And then we add a yogurt of your choice. I specifically like Siggi's or full fat Greek yogurt. And then we add some chia seeds. So you put all of that into a mason jar, gently shake it, put it into your refrigerator for the night, and then in the morning, chop up an apple, sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon, place into your microwave for 60 to 90 seconds, and boom, you got yourself a breakfast. Feel free to pause here if you need the instructions. This one, I want to emphasize that I am not paid by Daily Harvest by any means. They are just super helpful to my life, and actually they have changed my life because, again, I was skipping breakfast regularly because I didn't have the time. This has changed my mornings for sure. So if I don't have those other 2 things prepped, I have these in my freezer as a go-to. And Daily Harvest looks like this. They come in a little cup. You add your liquid of choice. Again, mine is oat, but sometimes it's almonds, sometimes it's water. And then I add a little bit of protein in there so that I have a full balanced meal. I have my carbs, my fat, my protein, and I'm set to be full until lunch typically, or maybe the next snack. Moving on to lunch meals. This one is super, super simple, and I'm laughing here because it is the easiest thing. So we never have an excuse as to why we don't make meals at home, because this is made within 10 minutes or even less, I'd say. Grab a salad kit of your choice. I don't care which kind. Again, because this is fall, I have tried the Harvest Apple Salad Kit from Trader Joe's. You'll probably notice that a lot of these ingredients are from Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's, but you can use any grocery store that you'd like. These are all things that I've just tried and really love for the taste and for the ingredients. So Harvest Apple Salad Kit, you put everything into a bowl, you cut up your chicken sausages in little pieces, cook them on a skillet according to the package, and then throw this rice medley bag into the microwave for 3 minutes, and boom, bam, bang, you have a meal. Freeze this screen if you want the instructions for that salad. This one I love because people love to knock the sandwich. They say, especially if you're coming from diet culture, because they say no bread and no sandwiches. And I'm here to tell you yes bread and yes sandwiches, because this is the perfect opportunity to get a balanced meal, to get your carb, your fat, and your protein, but also be adventurous with the veggies that you add. It's essentially a salad between 2 pieces of bread. So here you see I really love the Dave's Power Seed because it provides a good amount of fiber and a little bit of protein. And then you get to choose the protein of your choice, whatever deli meat you like and whatever cheese you like. Again, sharp cheddar is probably one of my favorites, so you're gonna see that a lot throughout this slide. And then this is also a great opportunity to add fermented things. Fermented food, as you might know, is very, very good for your gut health. And I am very passionate about gut health as it relates to everything in our body. So sneaking in fermented foods wherever we can is the best thing you can do for yourself. So things like pickles, pickled onions, cabbage, kimchi, things like that are great to sneak into your sandwich. And then this is also a great way to add your typical condiments, your lettuce, your tomato, your onion, but also kind of expand your palate a little bit. I like to add microgreens or, kale or arugula or, even cabbage sometimes to my sandwiches. So again, don't knock the sandwich because it provides a lot of value and is super quick for lunch. This one, 10-minute veggie dump rice bowl. Here locally in town, we have this place called Pokey Pokey that I just love and adore. And it was something that I wanted to recreate at home just because, again, it's a great opportunity to get veggies. You'll probably be noticing a trend here, right? I'm all about the balanced meal, but I'm also all about the quick meal. So we have your rice medley. You can also get jasmine rice or even brown rice from Trader Joe's that microwaves in 3 minutes, and probably other grocery stores as well. But you'll notice here, again, you see the fermented veggies, you see the variety of vegetables here, and then you also get to choose your protein of choice. If you're feeling saucy and a little fancy, you can add some salmon, even salmon from the can, tuna from the can, all great options. Chicken, whatever you'd like here. And then let's get saucy. This is a great way to experiment with sauces. Mine particularly right now is Trader Joe's sriracha sauce because it's nice and garlicky combined with mayo, and you mix it up, you drizzle it on top of your veggie dump bowl or your poke bowl, and you have a fantastic meal. Dinner here, we have soups and stews. So these do take a little bit more time, a little bit more chopping involvement, but still under about 15 to 20 minutes. So here we have white chicken chili, one of my favorite go-tos in the fall, in the winter, on a cool night. This one in particular is dairy-free, gluten-free. No reason other than I just really like this recipe. So here you have some chicken breasts. You're gonna place them into a pot, boil them for about 10 minutes, and then you're gonna take all of these other ingredients, your coconut milk, your bone broth, your beans, salsa, nutritional yeast, and seasonings, and you're gonna place it in another bowl waiting for that chicken. Now there's something on here that I want to emphasize. There's nutritional yeast on here, and if you haven't tried it, don't knock it. Don't take it out of the recipe because it sounds strange. It is a great way to add this like robust kind of nutty cheesy flavor. It adds vitamin B and also a little bit of protein in there. So don't knock it until you try it. I really think it adds a lot of body to it. Calvillo, this next recipe is near and dear to my heart. This is actually my mom's recipe. As you notice, caldillo is Mexican steak soup, and I actually just made this the other night. And here you see that you're gonna get some stew meat, potatoes, chopped green chili. You can have your own roasted chili that you chop, or you can get the Bueno brand from your local grocery store. In addition to a 1 onion that's chopped, diced tomatoes, again you see that nutritional yeast, garlic, salt and pepper, flour and water. So flour and water are not added until the very end of this process. So you cook all of those ingredients in a skillet, you simmer it on low until those potatoes are nice and soft and chewy. And then just to thicken up the texture of this stew, whether that's gluten-free flour or flour, you add a little bit of water, stir it up, let it sit, overheat for a bit, and it will thicken up the stew. Pasta. Now this is something that I do when I absolutely don't want to cook, but I know I want something warm and hearty. You don't necessarily have to use spaghetti. Sometimes I use spaghetti, sometimes I use the twisty pasta. I don't know the names of them, but I do change out the pasta pretty regularly. The only thing that I really stick to each time is the Rouse sauce, Rouse brand specifically, because they are really good at just keeping it as simple as possible. Not a whole lot of added anything, not added sugar, things like that. I also really like to add onions, and we just like to take all the veggies that we have on our counter and in the fridge, chop them up and put them into the pasta sauce. When I am not in the mood to cook, I'm gonna pop those turkey meatballs into the microwave and then just add it to the dish. Last but not least, we have our fancy spicy ramen. This is also a wonderful thing to cozy up with on a cool night. We love Shin Black Ramen here at our house. It is a spicy, yummy, flavored ramen. Shin Ramen in general is more high quality compared to those 99-cent packages that you would find in college. And then we also crack some eggs into the broth, kind of let it cook, chop some mushrooms, add fermented vegetables or fermented foods of any type. I like to sprinkle some microgreens or maybe some kale, spinach, things like that. And then finish off with some Japanese seasoning and you have a bowl of ramen. There are your 10 quick and easy fall meals to go to and to make from home. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope that you enjoyed the fact that you didn't have to scroll through my life story in order to get to the recipe. Make sure to subscribe here so that you can see more videos like this in the future and any other videos that come out as well. See you soon.